Greetings, everybody. Rockvin here. Thank you for tuning in to Kenshi Shek's Conquest, Episode 22, World's End Pub Crawl. That might be... I think weapons... Advanced weapons... Oh, Wells 3. Again, not all that useful immediately. But still, technically, you could vote on it. Steel bars. So steel bars becomes a main component in higher level weapon crafting, but we're not quite there yet. We're still using iron plate, so we don't need steel bars, but we will later on. And advanced weapon smithing. So advanced weapon smithing allows us to make higher quality weapons. As you can see, the advanced weapon grades 2, which would require even more books, but it allows us to make up to Cat 3, and it goes up and up and up until you get to Edge 2, which is close to the best possible weapons. Now, with that said, the player can never make weapons as good as the best weapons that exist in the game, but you can get pretty darn close. So the advanced weapon smithing is one way to use the book, and I think that's it. That's it. So there it is. Those are the 5 options. You can vote on how I use the single last book I have, and then the engineering research, I have so much of it, I'll be able to just get what I want. I think I'm going to go for the skeleton repair bed, and then figure out what else that we could use. I like how I can use Kang's inventory as he's building to cook meat. Alright, Kang, we need you to grab more iron and 2 more building materials. Santi, thanks for the follow. Are you really a noob? I bet you're better than you think you are. Most people are. Most people are far more skilled than they allow themselves credit. The way medkits don't stack are super annoying. So they actually do stack, but these are stolen medkits. So they're not stacking because of the theft, but I could fix that if I wanted to. I will show you how to do that in a second. Because it wasn't bothering me, but if it bothers you, I can fix it. So the way to do that is to get storage for meds. Metacrate. Now, I don't like making metacrates because I have a setting right now in the game where my people automatically put things away that they're not using. So if I make a metacrate, I will put away my own medical supplies constantly, which is really, really frustrating and annoying. And it looks like you guys want the auto hemp loom. Okay, let's do that. And I'll do that as soon as I get the research bench upgraded, which is going to be in a minute. So there we go, the heavy armor smithy. And this gives us access to the heart protector, which is what we're already wearing. And then armored rags, which slows down your athletics, or the skirt rather, and then here's the rags. The rags do give you a dex martial arts bonus, if we wanted it, but obviously I'm going to need some additional blueprints to be able to make things that aren't gross and terrible. Just ignore you. I can fix it, and then... Yeah, so see, here's the case is, we just put in the first aid kits, but then he also just dumped... Yeah, so he dumps his first aid kits, and then he dumps the sleeping bags. And you can turn this off in the squad options, I believe, in AI, which is ditch items, so that they don't ditch items. You can force it into their backpacks where they don't constantly ditch. But that could also be annoying, because then what ends up happening is if you want to ditch items, they won't do it. They just ignore it. So I usually keep ditch items on, but, you know. Just wanted to demo that. So, yeah, here's the heavy armor smithy, and the way this works is most of the ingredients here, like, let's say we want a heart protector, we're going to need fabrics and armor plating. And the armor plating is here, where you put in raw iron and you beat it until it's a plate. Which means that we're also going to want a an iron box. A box just specifically for iron. So storage, ore, because it's not called iron, it's just basically ore. And is there anywhere decent for this to go? I'll stick this here. It's not great. The layout of this building is going to be cramped as hell. But this is just our starter house. This is just house 1.0, so it doesn't need to be glorious. Yeah, you can stack by giving it all to a unconscious or dead or dying enemy and then stack it that way, and I've done that as well, as people pointed out. So here's King dropping off his meds again to that med box to try to get them stacked. That problem of the item ditch for the dropping off your meds and whatnot goes away once you know, if you find it annoying that they aren't stacking, it goes away once you're making your own meds, because obviously when you're making your own meds, they're owned by you, so they stack. So we'll get to a point where that becomes true. All right, I'm going to bring down some meat for the industrial workers down here. And then, as you can see, we have a lack of raw iron, right? We're processing the iron so fast that we don't have any iron buildup. So one of the things I'm going to want, if we're going to do plate beating, is I need to queue up another node for iron. And because I'm not really using the building materials all that much, what I could do is I could move... Yeah, like this... I could move L's and fully... Let's do that right now. Move L's and fully over to that iron mine. And... mine this iron. Now, I think this iron is probably a little bit too close to town to have a box of its own, which is probably why it wasn't using it here, so I might want to find somewhere better. Oh, no! It can have a box. I stand corrected. Yeah, so we'll have them haul the iron there. But they probably will be too far away from the food storage to be able to benefit from it. That'd be my guess. Rain one-punch the bandit? I didn't catch that. But that's hilarious. Alright, so that ore then can be used as the plate beater. So we'll start to build up a supply of ore for plate beating purposes. And fully you can haul the ore to the box. Oh, God, where are you hauling this to? Okay, I want to see what he's doing, because this is interesting. You were hauling it to this box. Oh, no, you're hauling this ore as well. Oh, that's funny. So he's grabbing this iron here to haul it over there, because apparently it's close enough to one another to cause that problem. Which is going to be kind of annoying. No, let's not do that. Stop hauling to iron storage. Because that is going to be obnoxious. Haul to this iron storage up top. So the current goal is to work on industry, and let's take a look at the leather armor that we can have. So let's go ahead and upgrade the research bench to level 4. I'm going to have sort of everybody do it. Rockfin, where'd you go? What are you doing? I don't know what he's doing. And that way I can get the auto loom. And then once I have the auto loom, I can start working on fabrics, because... Well, actually, I should probably trade with that farm trader. Where is... I think they just got dispatched. Yeah, so we have a farm trader on the way over, and I might want to buy some additional hemp or cotton or fabrics to help out with this. Yeah, and I do need a torch post on that new iron once it becomes nighttime. All right, King, let's have you go trade with the traders. With any luck, they'll have some fabrics. So our hemp yield has been pretty bad. Rain is not a very good farmer. Good! You have 1 fabric. And 8 cotton. You have a bunch of hemp, though, so I'm going to buy your hemp. I'm going to buy your hemp and stick it in the box so that I can upgrade the hemp farm to XL sooner. I'm keeping it paused because the moment... Oh, God. The moment you trade with these guys, they will leave. And unless I want to be chasing them down, running after them, it's easiest to just keep it paused. So where'd he go? These hivers are pretty fast. They're pretty fast. And they have a ton of cacti. Should there be tiredness, in my opinion? I could see the benefit. Yeah, I could see the benefit of fatigue, so you'd have to sleep. That also might just make skeletons even stronger. But whatever. The game doesn't need to be balanced, in my opinion. It's already, like, dreadfully imbalanced, so... claiming that the game should be balanced is kind of silly to me, actually. Alright, Rockfin. I don't know where he keeps going. He keeps wandering off. So we're almost done with the bench level 4. It is now done. And this is going to allow us to get some of the higher tech level stuff that we were otherwise locked out of. So let's get the automatic hemp loom. And then I have 4 engineering research left, so let's consider some options here. I could do heavy building foundations, which allow me to build really big buildings, which is useful later on once I start my own base. Most of this here is all either ancient science books or regular books. We could do hashish production, but I don't think it makes sense for Shek that want to wage war against the Holy Nation to be like drug runners. Just doesn't make that much sense. Crossbow crafting I could do with engineering as well. Yeah, pretty much everything I could do. So let me get medicine, crossbow crafting, copper alloys, heavy foundations, and what was the last thing in there? I don't want hashish. Sake, grog, rum, that all makes sense. Hashish, not so much. Let's do powered stone refining, iron plate 4, stone refinery, rain, mining, splints, and turret training. Leaving me with just a singular engineering research left over. Cool. That is a lot of tech queued up. What if skeletons had to eat the oil in the bars? Yeah, I mean, that would balance them out a little bit better. Still, skeletons are already super strong, so if they don't have to rest and they only need oil, they're still ridiculously strong, in my opinion. So the leather armor that we have available to us would be trader leathers and rattan hats, so crap, totally crap. So I would say that more importantly than anything else is probably trying to get blueprints for armor that we'd like to make. So I'm going to ask you if you agree. What should the priority be right now? This is going to be the full list here, but if you vote on... here, let me add actually one more thing. Armor, smithing, and weapon smithing. Going to be the 7th option on that poll. Alright, there it is. So we can search the world for more recruits, go swamp turtle hunting, combat train the Shek, obtain additional research items, bounty hunt, build up wealth with industry, which would not be armor smithing or weapon smithing, or armor smith and weapon smith, which would probably at this point mean I would have to run around trying to get blueprints. That's what that would mean. Another question I have is, I don't think we've been hauling the ore up here. So what I might need to do is I might need to pause my iron refineries to be able to build up ore, because I only have 5 ore here for the plate beater. Which is terrible. Very, very terrible. Getting pretty close to being able to have XL wheat and XL hemp, though. If rain gets one more yield out of that hemp farm, I think we're there. What might be exciting, I think we're going to need to make a little bit more money first, to be honest, for where I plan to go. So I might want to either sell wholesale copper or iron plates for some cash, because blueprints are not cheap, but I just did make like 9k or something. I don't know, maybe less than that, but I did just make a bunch of money selling those electrical components. But one place that I have in mind to go is, I won't spoil it too badly, but up north. You know what I'm talking about, guys? That know the map well? The up north place to get the blueprints. I'm trying to be coy about it. The Adosian! Wow! Thank you for gifted subs. Cheers! I'm running out of coffee here. It's mostly just slime now, but cheers. Yep. We're down to water, I think. Have I been missing, like, pet Yodas this whole time? I have, haven't I? Hey, buddy. What about a pet Tusk? Hmm? Hey, Tusky! Echo! See if my other dogs will join me. Oh, so hemp farms... Right. They only go up to large. I forgot about that. So, Kang, let's get working on that. Hey, Tusk, come here. Come here, puppy. You gotta come over here. This is one of my other dogs, if you haven't seen her yet. Hey, Pup. She's my little bone dog. Yeah. Little bone dog. And Echo never shows up, so... Camel Spider wants me to pet all pets. I'll try to call Echo one more time. Echo! Echo! I doubt it. I'm trying, but I doubt it. All right, while I'm down here, let me do a campfire down here for Kang to drop off his meat to cook. Honestly, I'm so tired of doing... Hey, you're here. Hop up on the... No. Don't you walk away from me. Mass cooking. Get up on the couch. Behind me. Echo, Chile. I'll give you a carrot, I promise. Good girl. Time to flip a coin? I think it is time to flip a coin. Or a tiebreaker. Tiebreaker time. Just between the two. 2 minutes. Winner takes all. Alright, so we have a hemp farm large. And next harvest of the wheat farm, I think we can go straight to wheat farm XL. Wait, get down here. Silly Kang. Yabushido. Thank you for the follow. Alright, the king of many campfires. First of his name. Yeah, look at all this meat we got from those bulls. Definitely not exactly fair to the bulls. I didn't kill them myself. I let the big things do it. But it does sufficiently demonstrate how dang scary the big things are. They are scary. So there's 64 plants in a cactus farm. The XLs. 64 in the hemp. And soon 64 in the wheat. So it'll be really, really farming good. Thanks, Commander, for the follow. Okay, we're almost done with all the mass cooking. I don't know why I didn't just put multiple campfires before. Because obviously it is, it's a wee bit. You don't pay for campfires, which is something weird in Kenshi. I like it, but it's weird. But, yeah, you can cook a lot of stuff at once. Alright. We're flipping a coin. I'm just going to flip a coin. So, heads, we head out to go recruit. Tails, we try to cover our tails with armor. And here, I have the Praise be Akatosh and all the 9 Divines coin. And, it's tails. You'll have to trust me, but, you know, it was tails. So, that means armor. That's going to be a bit of a spicy trip. But I think we're going to need a little bit more money for that trip. Given where I want to go and the danger that incurs. It's one of these trips that I don't want to make too often early game. So let me update the current goal. Try to obtain armor blueprints. So the challenge is that there's obviously a few ways to get armor blueprints. One, I could, the boring way. I'm actually going to have you vote on this. How should I get the blueprints? The north, east UC cities, the south UC cities, World's End, or something else. I'm not going to put my thumb on the scale here. It's really going to be up to you. So, the challenge is that, yeah, obviously we can't buy the blueprints from the Holy Nation because they hate us. So the only people that we can really buy from are neutrals, which would be the UC cities, World's End, or something else, which I'm not going to spoil what that is. But I have something specific in mind for the something else. If you vote that way. Ooh, we're starting to get some more Cat 1s. Yep. So who has really ugly blades? I think Ruka, I'm gonna take her off of the iron processor and start to, I'm gonna put her plank away because it's not helping her dexterity out. There's also a pub at the World's End. Anywhere where we travel, I will also try to recruit. Anywhere I go, I will try to recruit. So if you vote for the southern UC cities, those are multiple cities, Clownsteady and Drifters, that you know, could have recruits, and I would recruit if at all possible. I'm always looking for additional Shek to join, so. I don't think you could change your vote. No. I think you used to be able to, but, like, it just doesn't work like that anymore, which is odd. Or maybe I'm misremembering. I have no idea. We'll blame senility. Poetic, my man. What are you doing? Why do you have all that iron in your bum? I'm curious what these... Okay, so there is iron in this box. I'm not sure how it got there. I don't know. I don't know. Alright, World's End or something else. So the World's End is a city location that is not that close to me, but it's a pretty good place to know about and to go to, because it there's trade opportunities there. And possibly recruit opportunities. And I could also go to the something else while I'm up there, too. So the World's End is a major town found on a mountaintop nested north of the Holy Nation. And it is owned by tech hunters and machinists, so they're, you know, sort of pro-technology, not the Luddites of the Holy Nation. And it's a pretty nice city to travel to. If I could Rick Steves my suggestion out. Oron. I'm actually going to have Oron ditch the hacker as well, in lieu of an obviously crummier katana for dexterity reasons. And also carry weight reasons. And McNauer is going to do the same thing. I'm just getting them ready for the adventure. I think pretty much everybody has sharp weapons, except for Foley. And Foley's horse chopper is mostly cutting, so it's still helping Dex. Headshot needs a better weapon, because that katana is rusted crap. And bye-bye eardrums. Another investment I could make down here would be for some light posts, which would help out immensely with nighttime work. So I'm going to take my electrical components that I've made so far and go invest them in light sources. I might need another tall wind turbine. Oh my god. Oh my god. Enough of this. Jesus. I don't feel like that mod is working. I might need to check it again. Why did Chemo just run off? Probably to fight something. He's armor smithing still, though. And his skill, if you were wondering, is up to 20, which is still armor craft quality of prototype, which is not great. I don't want prototype stuff. Prototype might sound good, but it's the very basic. It's not like a good prototype. It's a crummy prototype. Let there be light! Nice. I could do a few more of those before I run out of power. So there's multiple types of light posts. That's kind of the big one, which requires more power, but I'm gonna prefer it for now, just because it's like a street lamp. Hey, Glitch, I can see it. You're not Shadowbanned. You're not in the Nether. Oh boy, there's multiple farms to be harvested. This wheat farm is going to run out of time in 2 days' time to be harvestable. Go. Let's go ahead and do another light post here. I don't really care about the efficiency of the building materials stuff, because we don't need that much of it. And we'll go to World's End. And maybe the other thing, but at World's End. I probably need 2 farmers. But maybe we get another recruit for that. Alright, Rain, you are... Okay, these torches are lighting up that initial farm well enough that she's not in the dark. And this next step is going to hurt my feelings a little bit, but I'm going to sell a bunch of the iron plates and copper that I have for money for blueprints. What are you doing, Trapper Keeper? I have no idea. Don't remove the home intruder. Yeah, dude. You tell him. They are out of money. Yes, you are. Okay, well, let's go somewhere else then. To the rebel base. Not doing drug runs for money? No. We're role-playing, so Shek, don't do that. That's not what... like, if we were Greenlanders living in the swamp, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But we're not Greenlanders, and we don't live in the swamp, so... trying to stick to the roleplay of what a Shek would do. That is something a Shek would not do. They're out of money too? Alright, so I have 20k so far. I could just bring the electrical components and the iron plates with me. And let's have everyone stop your jobs. Even Rockfin, who is in the middle of probably interesting science, we were almost able to get copper alloys. Everybody's going to converge. You know what? Everybody work the farm real quick. They all suck at it. It's skill-based, so I'm sure there's going to be a lot of fail. But it's fun. It's better than just leaving it to rot. And then we'll head out. Now, the trouble of getting there, if you don't already know, is the treacherous trip. It's gonna be a little sketchy to get there. Alright, so we're done. And Rockfin, load up on meat. Got a whole lot of meat on me. Oh, let me put away some of those repair kits that are expensive and I don't need 4 of them. That makes no sense at all. My microphone's still alright? Oh, maybe... I had to mute it briefly. Okay, so 1 skeleton repair kit should be fine. I will bring the tools with me, just in case I won't need them for whatever reason. Is there anything else I need to grab? King will grab 1 more of the electrical components. And maybe some additional iron plates. Just so that it's something to sell for where we're going. Oron! You are a moron! Oron has a bunch of random ore on her. I don't know why. Maybe I should check all their inventories, honestly, for them doing stupid things. So, Fang. Trapper Keeper has random metal. Although he's an weaponsmith, so that makes sense. He also has a second katana. I could bring these katanas with me for sale. I'll do that. Cowley has some random copper. Okay, we're good. More meds. I had some meds, right? No, did I drop them? No, I mean, I have all the meds I have. I can always buy them if I need them, and a lot of the enemies that you end up fighting have meds on them. So that's always an option. Jacobot and Headshot are fighting for slowest member. So the world's end is up north. The trouble is, so are all of the Holy Nation. So we have to cut a very careful path to not run too much into the Holy Nation while going up north. And I figured, although it doesn't make a whole lot of economic sense, I want everybody coming on this trip. I don't want to leave anyone behind. There is no, like, home crew. And we're already being chased by, I'm assuming... Oh, no, these are Hunger Bandits. Now, just because they're Hunger Bandits doesn't mean they're harmless, and I'll explain why. If we get in a fight with Hunger Bandits and then, like, Paladins roll in, Paladins that can outrun Headshot and Jacobot, that is a very, very fatal thing to have happen. We don't want to be caught in Holy Nation territory yet. We're too weak. We're a bunch of unarmed, very lightly armed, very lightly armored, very unskilled newbies in a world full of grizzled veterans. Right, Mr. Yoda? He agrees. A holy military base. Yes. So we're between the Ocran's Pride, which is the... I guess I could try to peek into the Ocran's Pride, because I haven't shown you yet. For all the new people to Kenshi that think that the world is always bleak and sad, you're going to see some variety on this trip, which is good. Let me take that sip. So Ocran's Pride is the last slice of verdant land left in the Kenshi world, and I'm only going to peek into it, but here it is. You can imagine that farming there is fertile, which is why there's holy farms up and down the Ocran's Pride. But this is sort of the nice green area, the lush area, whereas the vast majority of the world is bleak and sad. And, well, if we have our way, we'll be able to wrench control away from the Holy Nation, freeing Ocran's Pride and the whole rest of it for the world to benefit. But here, you know you're in their territory when you see this crap, right? Indicator of oppressors. River raptors. So we have to be on the lookout. Oh, so this is the land of the Holy Nation, birthplace of the Phoenix. Headshot, I think, is the one. No. Who's talking? Oh, I am. Isn't this where hundreds of Shek and Hivers, quote-unquote, disappear? Yes, they disappear to slave camps. They get enslaved. Petrable, thanks for the bits. If you're ever wondering what the conversations are, there is this dialogue log. Dialogue log? I like it. But this dialogue log is kind of the event log. So if you ever miss any conversations between characters, you can revisit in the dialogue log. Also to note, I have... where is it? Oops. I have one of the settings here, which is to keep the conversations a little bit more PC. So that's another thing to note. A log of dialogue. This area is fairly patrolled. Just keep a head on a swivel. And we're not going to want to go up at Blister Hill. We're going to take this left road here and avoid going through Blister Hill, which would be death. Glitch using all of his precious channel points for highlights. If only I could refund highlights. Sadly, I cannot. I can refund other channel point redemptions, the custom ones, but the default ones I cannot refund. Now, the way up past Blister Hill, so I want to be heading up sort of this way. And you can either go east. East actually might even be faster. Let me go east. Just don't get too close to Blister Hill because, you know, harpoons. And patrol groups. And impending danger. Let me try to... Can we do music now? I really love the soundtrack. It's really sad about that ear-blisteringly loud single track that I need to clearly engineer yet another solution for. What's weird is I was testing it a few days ago and it seemed fine. But maybe my tolerance is a lot easier, or a lot higher than your all tolerance. Peeps seem to be starving? No, they're not starving. I have buckets of meat left in my backpack here. They're fine. They just haven't eaten in a while. They might... Let me check that they're backpack sharing, though. Share food. Yeah, share food's on, so... Yeah, they're sharing. Who are you? Escape servants. So yeah, there's a lot of escaped slaves around here. And we will travel up this eastern arm here. Normal chat is overrated. Everyone using highlight chat. I love it. So Rebirth is a tiny spoiler. It's a big slave camp. Big, fairly well-guarded slave camp. Where the Holy Nation are employing slaves to build giant monuments to themselves. Now we're in Wend. I should be following the road a little bit more tightly. Obviously, I'm straying from the path a little bit, which is not great, because this is rough country. There we go. And it switchbacks. But it gets pretty near up the top. And the nice map mod that I have allows you to kind of see the roads. Shield, thanks for gifting out to poor Lena. Every time I have to enter a new zone, I have this, like, pausing loading cycle. It's one of the disadvantages of Kenshi, is it was built on a gaming engine that is antiquated. Because development started so long ago that the modern engines, like the modern Unreal or Unity or all that stuff, didn't exist when development started. Or if it existed, it wasn't dominant in the industry the way it is now, which is why. Oh my God, headshot! Where are you? Oh, okay, you are making me nauseous. Headshot. So the primary developer backed, basically the TLDR is they backed the wrong engine, which could happen to anyone. And this engine is underperformer. Became a bit of abandonware. So here's the Switchback Mountain, and when you're on the peak of the mountain, you have a pretty good view. So let me show you the view. Here's the view towards the Floodlands, where you can find Burn and Burn's Tower, and then the view over towards Ockran's Valley, which has some shadowboxing issues, and it's actually greener than that. That's a holy farm down there. And we are just going to proceed up this mountain. Once I'm done streaming Glitch, I'll try to troubleshoot it with you. We'll get your chat back to normal. What I'll do is I'll give you a tin can and just run a long string between our houses, so that you can just use old school telephony. Here we are, World's End. I've found it. Now I just have to find a way to get to it. This I might have taken the wrong path. Oh no, we just have to take this left path. Okay, headshot. You have to walk. There you go. The complete lack of music is disturbing me, so I might do a quick save and load cycle. Because we should be getting at least something. Not just the wind noises, the magical wind noises. But I do love the terrain of Kenshi. How rugged and ridiculous it is. Like, who would ever live in the throat of the world, right? That's basically what World's End is. Kenshi's made in an engine called Ogre. I'm sure you've never heard of it, because this is like the only game made in Ogre. There was like 5 games ever made in Ogre, whereas there's like 5 million made in Unity or Unreal. So, he picked a bad horse in the horse race, but I don't hold it against him. So here's the World's End. It looks a little scary at first, but these guys are tech hunters. They are not Ocarinites. They're not the Holy Nation. We might have some raffles to do here, but I'm also here primarily for the armor. And there's an armory here where we can buy some blueprints, but it's nighttime, so let's have ourselves a bit of a seat. We will not refuse the World's End hospitality here. In order to save food, I'm going to have everyone sit down. So here we are. Waiter? Where's the waiter? These Shek don't want to talk to me. They're all mercenaries. You're a mercenary too. That's Cowley. Embarrassing that I don't recognize one of my own. We'll pretend that didn't happen. I still have a fair bit of meat left over, so I don't necessarily need to eat or buy meat. They do have a wooden backpack here, which is slightly less penalizing than the trader's backpack, but it only hurts dodge and stealth, so I don't really care. I'm not going to buy it. Here's a map of Vane. It is actually selling pretty cheap, so I'm going to buy it and use it. And this adds the Hiver villages locations to my map. So I knew about these two, but it added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to my map, which is kind of nice. So we've established that there's no Shekkies on the bottom floor. What about floor 2? Nope. That's a no-go. There's no one up here but a few ninjas. Me tooin'. Thanks for the follow. And Byron, thanks for gifting out to Emmerich. Now, one of the things about the World's End, they like their booze. There's a lot of bars here. I think this is the most bars per capita. Oh, and I think... Oh, no, that's a pacifier. Never mind. I thought it was a recruit. Bob! Thanks for the resub as well. Scrap tent. Do I want a scrap tent? I don't think I do. I just want recruits and armor blueprints. And there's no one in this bar either. Another thing to note in this city is there's basically no power generation. So if you try to buy a building in this town, sucks to be you. You're not going to be able to keep anything on. With that said, the hub is not that much better, but at least you can add some power to the hub. So here's a mechanic shop. And they have some ancient books, which we could buy. It's one of the places that you can buy ancient books. There's only a few places that exist in the world where you can buy ancient science books. Another important thing to note, and I'm going to actually go out to the menu to demo this. So demo, let's call this, is there is a way to exploit it so that you can have infinite ancient books from places like this. And I'll demo that. So if I go... I can't really do it without exiting the game, so I'm not going to do it. But in the main menu, you have an ability to import. And what import does is it takes basically everything that you, the player, owns and puts it into a new world. So, what that's going to do is if there's any NPCs, major NPCs that died, it resets them. Or if they bugged out and you can't find them, it resets them. So if a barman dies and you can't trade with a bar anymore, it can respawn that barman. For instance. It will also replenish a trader's inventory, which means that if I bought those books and then I imported my save that trader would then all of a sudden get new books again. So you have to be careful if you're trying to play legitimately to not import your saves and make infinite amount of ancient science books, because you're not supposed to be able to buy them infinitely. That's not how the game was made. So yeah, as you can see, there's bar number 1, bar number 2, bar number 3, bar number 4. The World's End sure likes their bars. Thank you for watching Shek's Conquest, which originally streamed live on Twitch October 29th. If you have any feedback for me or questions of any type, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. Thank you so very much to my Twitch subscribers and Patreon patrons for supporting the channel, and I hope you enjoyed this episode and catch the next one or an upcoming stream. Farewell, everybody.